You need to push her. She has ult. She can just ult you.
God, don't play wild goose chase with me.
And then leave. But she's not
I
gonna...
was unsure she was
Wait.
gonna ult.
I was just trying to bait the ult.
It feels like to me, all that's running through our mind now at this point is like, I need to get the kill to win the round, right?
Yeah.
Right now, we have everything in the world, fortunately, right? First thing we could have done here if we wanted to is ult here. So ult's one option to be able to fight this. That's one option. And then this happens, right? We use flash, it's fine. She runs away, unfortunate.
Wild goose chase with me.
Here, we say we're worried about the ult, right? If that's true, we can tap here, right? We tap
And then leave.
and just here, right? I probably just stop at this wall for like half a second, right? Because now if she ults, it's not hitting us. We're behind the wall. But I could wait half the second, see if she ults, and if I don't hear an ult, we could go back, because a big thing this allows us to do after she
God,
goes
don't play
here
wild goose chase with me.
and we go for the bomb is that we still have all this kit. You could easily just put your flame wall up here and then stick the bomb to at least half, which like, okay, it might get spammed, but by the time she even peeks to see that the flame wall is up, you've already gotten the bomb to half. And a big thing with Phoenix wall is, if you do play Phoenix a lot, your flame wall lasts 1 second longer than it takes to defuse the spike. So if you put your flame wall up and you start defusing the spike will be defused before the flame wall goes down.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
something
1
new.
second longer actually. So if you do immediately get on it, they would have to spam you the whole way. You could literally defuse it the whole way, which is really nice. We're committing to losing the round by going all the way around. We don't have time for that, right? It's hard, right? It's very easy to be stressed, especially in a 1v1 and trying to like win the round. You're just like thinking like, oh, I gotta do it, which means like all these like things you think throughout the round, like, oh, I could use this flash, I could lose this. All this just kind of goes out the window the second we're in a 1v1, right? Like it's just getting used to that practice of just like being able to look at what you have, things like looking at minimap or looking at your abilities, and all these things we think about mid-rounding in the beginning round we look at is also things we can do in a 1v1 whether or not we know they're not, 2 inches away from us and we're having to instantly react, right?
Steps mid. A lot mid.
That is both them already through. Free A, free mid.
Sorry.
Already top mid.
They're breaking the door in market.
Market. Damn.
Spike mid.
Wait, what? Door a spawn, what the fuck? More than a spawn.
Deadlock is in Boba.
Door a spawn.
Yeah, because I mean, like you say you were like during this time we were looking at the map, right?
Yeah.
Where were we? Do we remember where we were looking at the map?
From tiles, because I knew that 2 were on tiles. I didn't see the 2 at the top with the KJ because my Viper just died.
Yeah, when we're looking at the map during this time that we are able to look at the map, just kind of paying attention to whatever could potentially be a problem for us, which is only really B or here, right?
Yeah.
We just want to kind of see what's going on in that area, especially because we were here for like 10 seconds. Like we have a
They're breaking the door
long
in
time
market.
of watching this door. And
Yeah, I was very worried they were gonna push it, because they were breaking it for a while. And then I didn't know if Cypher was gonna hold the site still, so I was making sure to hold market so we didn't get pushed from the.
yeah, we
and I
could
didn't-
probably just be like a little bit more aggressive here, because even when we're holding like this, like we go out here and then we just kind of kind of stay behind this, expecting the door to break for like 4 seconds. Just kind of spend a lot of time in one spot. We don't need to be doing that. It's fine to take a couple seconds and kind of be looking at the map, but like at this point when I see this happening, I probably would have been here, right? Like doing what we're doing here, but then like done this for like 2 seconds, and after I see like they've kind of gone up, the door's not even broken, I would have been looking
Market.
where this jet starts shooting us from, right? So like I would have been looking here while looking at my map again, and this kill wouldn't have caught us off guard because we would have already been looking where this jet could be pushing. It's like, okay, the door's not breaking. If I'm going to get pushed, the only place I can get pushed is right here. It's the only place we can get shot from. So at that point, we're just kind of like waiting while holding this, and the jet peeks into us rather than the other way around. Fortunately, they whiff, we hit a nice shot, but most of the time, they're probably not going to be missing that shot. Yeah, the only thing with this, I guess, is kind of like
More than a spawn.
fight hygiene. We peek this corner. We know there's like people kind of around here. We peek this corner without really being ready for a fight. When we peek this, we kind of want to be ready for it. Either I'm like stopping at this corner and then kind of making sure my crosshair is at head level and peeking with it, so if someone's there, I'm more ready for the fight rather than kind of having to adjust a crosshair like we did here. Or we had a flash. Arguably, we could even have flashed this corner and went as well. That's another option.
Yeah, I always buy my flash for that kind of situation. I just don't know what is going on.
Yeah, it's just having the thought process of like any time we're peeking into something that we're not already fighting is just having the fight hygiene to where like I'm just peeking and like corner by corner like with my crosshair at head level rather than kind of like just peeking and then fixing my crosshair after I've already peeked.
Shot everybody.
Nice.
No, I'm actually gonna go back because they might rotate.
Yeah.
When you're cracked.
I didn't.
And we're not wrong about them probably rotating here, but we're also in a 4v2. We probably just want to stick with the team here and just take those fights with them. And if we all have to rotate, we just all rotate and play together. Because even if we have to do that, we're up 2, we're probably winning. Don't really want to be like searching through mid by ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. I also didn't realize
Look at
KJ
all,
also
what
had
the fuck?
lockdown
I
on
shouldn't
it,
have
so.
peeked there. Nice. Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Both on side, both on side.
One enemy remaining.
Good job, guys.
Nice
Yeah,
job.
I mean, we hit 9 shots. We love that. Yeah, it's not much. I wouldn't say it's necessarily an off play. It's just sometimes if we do like ult from the corner there after just killing 2 people, they know we're there. This guy easily could be close enough to where if we ult, I peek, she's like 2 inches away from me, and I use an ult just to ended up like dying, and then she just kills the other body as well, right? So like
This
we do
was
have
one
to.
of those situations where I autopiloted because I popped off.
Yeah, we do have to be kind of careful about that because one of those situations to where like ult really doesn't do anything because we either would like peek and kill this guy when we didn't ult, or we would ult, peeked, miss, and then ended up dying immediately after anyway, right? So it's like
Yeah.
we want to like be able to think of these things as well. But other than that, like this is a minor thing realistically, and everything else, it's good. I think we did
I
is
hear many
fine.
steps. Oh well.
There's somebody
Jet is mid. They're pushing up mid.
Ooh,
40 to the sky there.
ooh.
There's somebody
Jet is mid.
Like I would say we probably don't even want to peek that, considering we know there is multiple mid. If Jet just dashed, there's definitely more people coming. But we want to at least throw a flash or jump peek. We just swung and said, I am him. I'm going to kill all of them. Like we need to chill out a little bit. I am duelist. I go forward, I kill, right? Like our utility is just as important, if not more important for taking fights. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, we just like, and like honestly, I'm probably flashing here. I maybe go for a close kill, but there's a good chance I might flash here just to be able to jump peek, look for info, and back up. Like, we don't want to be biting off more than we chew. Otherwise, you know that is what happens every time.
Oh god.
But sometimes, you know, we hit the shot.
You need to tell me if they're
Yeah.
many.
I'm still not gonna
I
say you
don't
should
need to
do
see
that,
it,
but
but
hey,
I
sometimes that
Another
works.
one. But that was like B.
Deadlock was
Might be coming to
here.
Actually.
40 deadlock, both are bombs. Deadlock was
Might be coming to
here.
Actually.
40.
I like everything we did here pretty much. We're playing with the Cypher and stuff like that. The only reason we died here really is we're committing to this fight more than we need to. If we were to just barely peek that, I'm taking that shot at that deadlock. If she's not instantly dead, I'm instantly out of there. Like it's taking a fight to where if we win it, it barely gives us more of an advantage than we already had, versus if you lose it, that's their way back into the round.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just taking a risk we don't really have to. I think initially going that shot with your Cypher, I don't think it's even that bad. Like if the deadlock hits a shot of his their life and like kills you, I wouldn't even say you did anything wrong. But like committing to the fight that much, we just don't need to. Like her killing you through the Viper wall is like, sure, unlucky, but like we're putting in ourselves in a situation where we could get unlucky when we don't have to, right?
Yeah.
Careful.
They're
Planting
right.
it.
Not yet. This is kind of my fault because I backed off way too far,
2
so
mid
they
top.
ended up getting
I
it
didn't
for
see
free.
them.
Did you say that pick up?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say you probably kind of did give them a bit of extra space. I don't necessarily hate it still. Kind of grouping up as a team and then going off of info. I don't think we need to be giving up mid that badly. But I think the bigger thing here is, one, when we're peaking, it's always the lazy peaking of just kind of like if I'm going to peek something where I'm having to look where someone's potentially is, I'm not like slowly peeking out by just holding my key. I'm like stopping, making sure my crosshair's there, and then peeking out in like one fluid motion in a direction, right? Much easier to hit someone that peeks like this rather than someone that peeks like this and like waits to peek that like that. Because when you peek like a curve like you did here, if they're holding this angle, you're just kind of slowly peeking out from that angle, which makes you very easy to hit, right? Versus when we peek more in like a line like this, if he's holding to like here and you're already here, he's probably missed and he's having to recorrect to you, which gives you an opportunity to take a shot rather than you probably just instantly dying. Now, I think these things are more important when we don't have flash available. The easy option here is we could have just flashed this corner. It's the same reason why we don't use those abilities. It's the same reason why we would ever peek with WD instead of just E, is just autopiloting, right? It's like I can easily autopilot my movement and stuff more when I'm maybe like moving around here and I'm with my teammates. I'm thinking like, okay, I'll wait to see if like they're in a fight, then I'll swing at them, or like we'll see if we got to rotate and things like that. Like more like autopilot movement here is like, okay, that makes sense. But the second I'm actually having to do something, I'm like, okay, I stop, peek like this, or I stop. What ability do I have? Use this ability. Like if I'm here, the way I immediately stop here, I immediately look here. I look if I have a flash, I peek. I don't have a flash, then I stop and I peek with, make sure I peek in one direction rather than WD, right? It's those quick like quarter-second decisions that you make that just makes it much easier rather than like peeking and be like, oh, someone was there, I'm dead.
Nice, nice, nice.
How many bullets do we have right now?
11, I realized.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a habit that I am working on. It's a lot better than it used to be.
Yeah, we want to get used to not that like I shot a bullet auto reload the second I don't see anyone on my screen.
Yeah, it used to be really bad to the point where like if I shot one bullet, reload one.
Yeah, because now what happens here? We get that. There's another guy here.
Oh, there's another one.
We did it twice. We'll make sure we remember that.
What did I do?
They all went there.
After shooting the ISO 3 times at 12 bullets, you reloaded again.
Oh, shite. I didn't see that.
Yeah, we did it twice, and then someone ended up dying again.
Yeah, that's my bad. I really do need to work on that 8-bit more.
Yeah, that used to be a huge thing for me, so I know what you mean.
What did I say this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucked up.
What is going down?
It was an unnecessary peek. I could have stayed back with that one.
Yeah, I don't even necessarily like mind. Like we want to take that space, backside and stuff like that, right? But it's again kind of comes down to like peeking. We're just kind of peeking around like this, and they already knew the cipher is here, so they're shooting. So you're kind of just putting yourself in a situation for you to be able to catch a straight bullet. Versus if we just kind of took it like this, right? And we're holding against the wall. We could kind of like, then they still wouldn't be able to see us. I could just maybe be looking like up here, right? If I don't see anything and then I flash, right? It's just knowing how to position ourselves when we're walking around so that we aren't just kind of out in the open when we don't need to be, right?
Yeah, I was at the mindset of like, I want to push up and I'm going to flash. But then Cypher's in front of me the whole round, so I'm really scared to flash. And the Reyna flashes, and I peeked with the Reyna there. So I was like at the mindset, I want to flash because if I can flash through this Viper wall, we both can easily push together and get a pick. But I didn't call that to the team. So.
I think all that's fine because I mean they were giving up backside. Cypher was able to go through. Literally all the thought process is fine. It's literally just like a positioning thing and getting used to like being able to use the walls and kind of just like if we're gonna peek from this wall here, my crosshair is here in case there's someone there, and then I'm immediately trying to go to this wall so they can't see me anymore. And then if I'm gonna peek and flash. You know, it's always these things that I'm not kind of making those decisions like in the middle, right? That's where we kind of get caught off guard.
Yeah.
But other than that, so like the actual idea and everything's fine. It's just that micro of getting used to like, okay, this
using my surroundings basically.
Yeah, a lot of time we're going to be wanting using our surroundings. Like we have the idea of what we should be doing so that when we actually have to go do it, we are doing it correctly. But then it's like getting used to, okay, now I have the correct idea. I need to make sure the actual execution of that idea I'm doing correctly, right? Which can be very hard to do during the game. because so much is going on. But it's very easy if you look back and you think like, okay, I did what I was supposed to do each time, but like, okay, I'm getting caught off guard. I'm like, oh, I should have been flashing here, or I've been walking out in the open too much, or, and this is the same time we catch, oh, I'm reloading a lot, or maybe I've been crouching a lot, right? Like looking back at these things makes it very easy to fix these things out the game rather than in the game, so that like during the game we just autopilot them correctly, right?
Yeah, I'm watching it and I can see it now, like all the mistakes that I'm making, especially with the reloading.
Exactly, right? So like you could easily like record these yourself and look back through them. You can get through like most games, look at them for like 15 minutes each or something, or even if you just want to look at like a few rounds you felt that went weirdly or something, right? Like look at back at your own games will do that for you and do it perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even touch her. Just pushing.
Now I love that we held here instead of here and close to this wall, right? Because like it would be easy to hold here and be like, oh, I'll just flash and peek off the bomb, right? But Sky could flash us here, right? So holding here is perfect. It's very a minor thing that would have like made it much easier for us to get that kill, is instead of being holding here, we were holding like here.
Yeah.
Just because when you're that close, especially if like a Vandal, any gun punch or anything like that, or something from an Ares, it's so easy to, all your bullets go everywhere. It's like you're just praying to be able to hit them, right? Versus here, especially if you're like crouched in this location and like looking up and have your crosshair in the right spot, like towards their head, you are reacting to them before they are reacting to you quickly first each time, every time. And if she flashes, she'd be flashing like here. So she's either not going to push you because the flash got nothing, or if she does push you, she knows she has to push deep. And like you heard during that fight, is you hear her running at you, which makes it much easier to know when to react as well, right? So this is a very minor thing of how to hold those kind of angles. But other than that, the actual idea and everything was perfect. I mean, if you apply this stuff, you'll just be better than any Plat player. So
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, though.
of course. I'm excited to see it pop off. Hey, good luck in your games.